My friends, are you struggling to bring more customers through your brick and mortar doors? Discover these three powerful video content strategies that will definitely transform your Facebook ads and skyrocket your store's foot traffic. Because all this week, I'm going to be sharing with you the different ways to use Facebook ads in your brick and mortar business to drive that foot traffic through the doors. Be right back.
And welcome to Content Creators Connect. Here we're all about encouraging the three C's, connecting with others via video, content development that builds your personal brand, and creators sharing their experiences despite their distance.
I realized my hand is too big to show 3 without moving it backwards. The C3 team member leading this evening is Manny, also known as Coach Manny. He is coaching us up in the world of social media marketing, as well as pursuing his passion for streaming true crime.
Thank you so much, Dori. I realize you guys don't have a brick and mortar store, but one of the things I'm going to be diving deep into starting today and continuing when I present are Facebook ads. And today we're going to be really hitting on brick and mortar and using Facebook ads for their business. But in your entrepreneurial journey, are you using any Facebook ads for what you're doing? We're going to go over to you, Kevin, first.
And the answer is a quick no. I haven't been using Facebook ads because the content that I have is not actually selling anything or like doing a course or a PDF or templates or anything like that, which is something I eventually want to do and get into. But I'm sort of sharing information and sort of bringing in awareness type of thing. So for people to actually come and get eyes on this, yes, I would spend money on ads to get people's eyes in on that. However, I don't have the revenue to be able to spend on those types of ads to be able to do it. So I'm not getting the money in to be able to put the money into the ads. So I'm hoping to learn something from you this week on these Facebook ads. And if I can get the right ad to get the right eyes to come and join, then yeah, I definitely would put the money into it. So I'm looking forward to the content. What about you, Dori? What kind of experience have you had?
Well, I'm not currently using any type of ads. As you guys know, I've talked about the fact that like my marketing is non-existent in my current life journey. However, I do have some experience with Facebook ads as it relates to network marketing when I was involved with that. And I will say that when I did ads, I used them for two purposes. One was to get eyes on products, like you mentioned, Kevin, but then the other was also to try to increase my audience. So I do have a little bit of experience. I will say that I didn't see a lot of ROI on the use of ads. So I didn't continue using them. So I'm actually really interested in hearing. I know you're talking about brick and mortar, but I'm pretty confident that typically things like that can apply across the board. So I'm really interested to hear what you have to say tonight. And speaking of interest in what we have to say, if this is the type of content that you would like to see more of, please consider hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you get notified whenever this crazy crew goes live.
Thank you, my friends. And unscripted, unrehearsed, you reminded me of something there, Dori. One of my first ventures into Facebook ads was network marketing, and I truly learned how to generate leads that way. I mean, we're talking about hundreds of leads. but it was really based on the offer. It was based on the way I got them to raise their hand to say, I'm interested. So it's interesting that you brought that up because I wasn't, when you went down there, I was like, actually, that was one it automatically drew back an old story of a Facebook ad story. So thank you for that memory because, when it comes to ads, it's a learning curve. And I don't know how long you were doing it, Dori, and how much retargeting you did and how much you focused on, building the data and getting the right people and warming them up. And so, yes, a lot of this is going to relate, but the main goal during for this, for especially for brick and mortar, is we want to get people to come through the door. And so that's a big key. But there's also a different campaign that we also want to do as well. And so we're going to dive into that. But I want to share with you. You heard me mention this a couple, I guess it might have been a few weeks ago when I was presenting and I was talking about how I was going to start sharing a little more on Facebook ads. Well, this is the start of that Facebook ads. There's going to be another strategy that I'm going to share for real estate agents. Okay. There's going to be a strategy that I share for that digital marketer or that coach that wants to book discovery calls. So there are different ads because really we're targeting in a certain way. But there is a few things, as Dori mentioned, there are going to be similarities. And so but I just want to throw this out there because it's brick and mortar. The target is a little different for all three of us even sitting here. So if I'm helping a restaurant to target people to come through their doors, that's going to be a little different for say Kevin, who is going to be targeting people to learn how to find low cost ways. But he's still going to have an offer and we're still going to have what we would call some really influential content that really drives people. Okay? See, here's the thing. One of the things that we're doing with Facebook ads is we're building a warm target market. But where does that start? It starts by targeting using cold tactics, cold marketing ways. You know, without having to pick up the phone call, but you're targeting people who may have never heard of you. And then, but that's one touch, right? You want to keep staying in front of them. And so that's what we're going to be sharing with you. We're going to share with you a couple different ways, okay? Now, one of the things we're trying to do is we're building a warm market of people that are interested in us, right? We're going to do this with Facebook ads, all right? How are we going to do this? Well, we're going to do this two different ways, okay? Like I said, we're going to create some short form videos. That's going to be one way. So we're going to share, and this is what today's topic is really about those three authority content videos for brick and mortar. But again, these three authority content type videos are going to be for brick and mortar, digital marketer, digital coach, whatever it is. These three videos, they share a similarity. Okay. There are other things that separate a brick and mortar from that other person that might be doing, trying to attract people to their offer online. Maybe they're trying to attract people to an Amazon cart, right? That might be a little different. But no matter what you're targeting, if you have a brick and mortar business, well, we want to do this two different ways. Okay, we're going to have our three videos. One of the ways that we're going to target people to turn them into a warm market by first starting with the cold market is we're going to have those three videos going. And then over time, we're going to retarget the people that actually paid attention to those videos 25% of the time. But here's the secret sauce, my friends. This doesn't have to require a bunch of time on videos. Okay? What I'm sharing with you in today's video is you're going to create three videos. Okay? It's going to be anywhere from 60 to 90 seconds. All right? Short form content. Okay? With those three pieces of content, we're just going to send $5 a day traffic to it. All right? Doesn't have to take up an arm and a leg. You work with your budget. If you only have $100, well, prorate that, right? See what's going to work. And we're going to talk about this over time. This is why it's so important right now. I'm gonna take this quick second to tell you that over time, I'm not going to fit everything in today. You're going to want to subscribe to our channel, and you're going to want to hit that notification bell so that you get all of our content. But this is a series that I'm going to be running with you. Okay, so you're going to want to stay attracted to this in order to really put it into play. Now, today I'm going to share with you the 3 authority content videos that you need to focus on. My next one is let's put those into ads and walk you through that process. You see why you're going to want to subscribe to this channel? And so remember, we want to start by sending cold traffic to these 3 videos. All right. The other side of that click is clicks. All right. We want to see, we're going to have 2 offers out there. We're going to see who clicked on these offers. We're going to keep it in front of them and try to keep targeting them to either come into our store or click and join our list. Because how awesome would it be that you're running a promotion for Mother's Day, Father's Day, some type of special, and you have an email list that you can actually send out. All right. So you have those 2 different types of campaigns. One going to your videos, where you're just trying to see who's actually paying attention, and another campaign that are running to your offers. And you're going to want to have 2 different offers, okay? One, again, that gets people into the door. That's its own offer. And another one is, what can you get them? What sexy offer can you throw in front of them that'll make them click and say, here's my email, here's my contact. I'm happy to receive your emails. All right, so you got to think about that. After you're running these 2 campaigns, guess what's next? Now we're going to retarget people that actually showed some type of interest. Did they click on the link? Were they clicking? Were they really taking it to the next step? Were they moving that needle a little on that thermometer? Again, we're trying to get them to go from cold to hot. And so we're going to then, when we have that going, that's when we're going to do our boosted posts. It doesn't matter what we're boosting. We're just really collecting data. But it does matter of, hey, what's going on at your business that you can show. Did you take a picture of someone in your area and you're like, oh my God, super cool how they visited today? Well, guess what? That's a perfect post to boost. Again, to collect data. Now, when you really want to get deep into the targeting, you're going to go into the Facebook ads meta suite and take it from there. But for simplicity, for collecting data purposes, for retargeting purposes, for targeting people who watched your video 25% of the time, you can easily boost as well. And so it's key that you understand that before I dive into these different videos. All right. Now you're warming them up, and that's when you're starting to do the boosted posts. Another targeted way you're going to target these people that are now warm is what Facebook allows is called conversion multiplier. Now, with Facebook's bid multiplier, this is a way to really work on getting your cost down on the bidding strategy. Now, I like to try to get this down to 25 cents if I can. If I'm in the 40 cents, I can live with that. But if I'm over $1 something, this video's not working. And again, subscribe, because we're going to keep throwing to really dive deep to help you. If you notice, if you follow a lot of our content, this is really the first time I am doing anything on brick and mortar, really making that a focus to help you. Okay. But what we're sharing here is going to be strategies that multiple people can use this. And so when it comes to Facebook's bid multiplier, this is an easy way to help you get your costs down, speaking to Facebook in this bid multiplier. So it's key that as you understand, like, okay, this is costing me so much per dollar to convert this to a click or whatever it is that action step is for you. Okay, so this is key. Now, again, this is over the next few trainings that I will be doing, but today I want to share with you the 3 main videos that you should be starting with right out of the gate. Now, as a quick review, okay, what did we just quickly talk about? I'm going to share that screen with you right now. Now, with that being said, as we shared, when you're doing your campaigns, make sure that you're sending it to cold traffic, not to people that already like your page, not to people that have already, been to your website. That's a different strategy that we will dive into. Okay, that's where that Facebook pixel is very important. Okay, having that on the website is another easy way to retarget people that visited your website, but that's a different topic for a different day. So when you're doing this, again, we want to warm them up. I think one of the biggest reasons why people fail at Facebook ads is they go for the sale too soon. They're not warming their audience up. Doesn't mean it'll never work. I'm not saying that by any means, but I have found, at least for me and all that I do with a lot of our clients, is I need to warm them up a little bit. I need to get them a little knowing who we are. It's just like in anything in sales, right? It's they need to be aware of us multiple times before they trust and then they buy. You still have to have that know, like, and trust factor. What can help you build that bridge from cold to warm? These three videos will help you do that. And this is why I think that it's key in that aspect, okay, as you're doing that. All right. So after you've sent some traffic to the cold market, you're going to have three different videos I was sharing with you, okay? And then through this, you're also going to work on, okay, I'm sending them to cold traffic on the videos, but I'm also going to be sending them to my two offers. All right. These are going to be parts of your campaign. You want to get people in the door and you want to work on getting them on your list. Now, let me tell you, my friends, one of the most powerful things you can do is build your email list. I cannot stress that enough. My wife says something today that really got me thinking. And she was like, and I was like, yeah, this, YouTube, I truly believe is going to be around for till we die. I don't see YouTube going anywhere, but then it really stopped and made me think, like, I really think someday Facebook won't be here. Will I see it in my lifetime? I could see me seeing that Facebook is not. It's a big part of our lives, but I could see it not here. YouTube, I just don't see that. I could be wrong, but for my thought process, this is why we need to build that email list. We should always be in building email lists. It's your number one asset. If Facebook goes down for the day, we know that's happened. Twitter, we know that's happened. Wouldn't you like to still be able to touch base with your audience? All right. That's where email marketing is important. So, as you notice, one of the strengths in this offer is also work on building that email list with an offer. What can you put in front of them? Dangle that carrot in front of them that they'll say, I like this offer. An ebook, it could be, subscribe for future offers or be the first to receive. I was talking to my daughter who is also on YouTube and she's starting her own YouTube channel and she's doing great out of the gate, right? She's asking me a lot of questions. She knows I love YouTube. You guys know I love YouTube. And so she's like, "Oh, I notice how one of these people are like they're creating recipes and in order to get that secret recipe, they had to sign up for this." Right? They had to sign up for something else. You see how that works? Let me give you so much value for free. But if you really want all the deep dive into this, boom. As you guys know, I'm in true crime, right? So sometimes sensitive topics, a lot of true crimers, they'll say, well, let's take it over to Discord. But you have to be a paying member to get that, right? Because YouTube will show your videos to less people if it's graphic details. But what if you could go into a Patreon or a Discord, right? And be whoever you want to be over on those platforms, right? It's what do you want them to do next? Building that email list is part of what do you want them to do next. But when we're thinking about what are those three videos that we should be really focused on right out of the gate to help you build that? Well, the first one is you're going to create, again, a 60 to 90 second video. What makes you different? What is that gap between you and your competition? What is your competition missing in their world that you know you have that secret sauce to, right? What separates you from them, right? These are the things that is like, hey, I might be interested in doing business with these people, right? Because they're unique. As you know, one of my big projects that I'm passionate about and absolutely loving what I'm doing, number one, I get to do marketing all the time, is now I'm the chief marketing officer for Eats Co Cleaning Franchising. And this guy was a former Boeing engineer, software engineer. He was also part of Pfizer, right? Very IT driven software development, does a lot of amazing things that is way above my head. But not only that, he's also a veteran, right? Not only that, he's also a college graduate. Not only that, and you get my point, there are things that make him unique. And then here he starts a cleaning business. You best believe that's a story we're going to share. And guess what? Gonna target veterans, right? We're gonna target people that are like-minded in that aspect, depending on who we're looking for. If we're looking for employees, we're probably not going to target that same person because our type of employees are not going to be software engineers, right? But they might be veteran based, right? So we will target veterans. But you got to ask yourself, in your brand or in your company, what makes you different? So again, this video, 60 to 90 seconds. It could literally be in portrait format. It doesn't have to be anything out of the ordinary. All right. Now, one of the videos that we're doing right now for Eats Co Cleaning Franchise is doing very well. Very well. We're getting leads. We're getting clients. We're getting engagement. We're getting shares. We're getting even haters. I don't know if I'd call them haters, but when you jump on someone's post and you try to say how their way doesn't work, I think that makes you a hater. So to me, I'm like, just delete, move on. We're not going to dive all into all that other stuff. It's not worth it, right? No, it's not worth the back and forth when you already know. You're not here to change anyone's mind. You're here to be your unique self. And so this video right now is up to about, I want to say like 50,000 views. All right. And so we have her face sharing one of the unique things about them, and it's doing very well. All right. So they don't go and charge by the hour. They charge you by the planned of, hey, we're going to be here this amount of time. It's going to cost this much money. Period. If they stay over, it's not going to cost you more. Sometimes they have to stay over. Sometimes it's 30 minutes shorter. And you know what? Next time it's not going to cost as much because there's not as much work. So you see how it still works out. So this is a very key video. Again, and I'll dive back into what the purpose is later. But the next thing is, you know, what's the story of your brand? Where do you come from? What's all this from? Right? What is your brand story? What really, why are you doing what you do? Right? What is it that makes this feeling inside of you that burns to want to help others or to be a problem solver, whatever it is that you do? Okay. But when you're thinking about a brick and mortar and you're trying to build trust for them to walk into your store, well, your brand story matters. Okay. Why did you even start this business? That's a key aspect of it. Okay. What made you dive into that? So, in the case of the software engineer, why did you start a cleaning business? Right? Why are we starting a franchising to franchise this cleaning business after he put together some great systems? Right? He's very system oriented, which is another selling feature. They have a way that they're going to work this business, which is why we're franchising it right now. And so the story of your brand matters. It matters to the other person that's going to say, why do I want to do business with them? Okay. So that's a key thing, as you know, that fire in your belly, Is that what made you start this? Or did you just think this is simple enough for other people to do? This is cost effective. Because I can tell you one of the reasons why we're franchising this company is because he put together great systems. He created an amazing software and he's got systems in place to help them succeed, right? In the business. Where do I come in? On the marketing side. I'm the director of franchisees side, right? And so together we make this work. That's part of the story of this brand as we continue to grow it out. Again, 60 to 90 seconds. You notice that none of this is taking forever. Now, here's the truth, my friends. If your video ends up going 4 minutes, that's fine. Let it be. Don't stress about making it down. But what we have found is that a little longer, less engagement, less viewers. Okay? Don't stress about it. Work on getting better about it. That's a key thing. And the third video, what to expect. If they're going to do business with you, what can they expect? Can you do a behind the scenes of what it's like with doing business? Do you run a chiropractor off with this? Excuse me, sorry. Do you run an office, a doctor office of any type? Well, a great walkthrough of what to expect. Who's going to be helping me? What does that chair look like? Is it intimidating? What are other people saying about it? What can I expect if I do business with you? These 3 videos are literally the first 3 videos that you should start with. Okay, now I'm going back over to stop the share screen on this. And so when we're diving into those 3 videos, you have to ask yourself, all right, who am I? Why am I doing this now? What did I say? As a reminder, what did I say earlier? We're driving cold traffic to these 3 videos, okay? If you're on a limited budget, I think this is one of the best strategies that you can follow. Now, a limited budget means hopefully you got more than $35, but if you only got $35, then just do one video 7 days, $5 a day, and start collecting data. Work within your budget. If you can do $100 and all you can do it is in a month, work within your budget to start collecting data as you go. But I said earlier that you're trying to drive traffic to them. All right. But here's the next thing. Now, as they're watching this, they're seeing these 3 videos because you're targeting the people, right? And then you're going to later as you're warming them up. But here's the truth. A lot of people only watched it for 3 seconds or didn't even watch it, but it played for 3 seconds on their timeline as they scrolled by or something. Do you really want to put money into targeting that person? No, you really do not. You want to put your money when you retarget people and say, hey, I got an offer now, and I want to send it to those who watch the video for 25% of the time. Okay, this is key. All right. So if you have a video for 1 minute, 25% of the time is not even 30 seconds. All right. But you know that they clicked on it. They actually started the video. They actually played some of it and then they didn't finish it, but that's okay. I definitely want to be in front of them again. Okay. All of those videos. And what you're going to learn when we dive back into this is where that conversion multiplier comes in, because you won't really just stop there with those 3 videos. If you know us on this channel, we're all about videos. If you notice, we're always showing up for you guys. All right. And so I think it's key that you stop and you think, okay, now I'm warming them up, my friends. What I'm sharing with you right now is one of the top ad strategies that not only brick and mortar uses. I want to share with the brick and mortar how you can help get the people into your store, because brick and mortar is all local. There's no convincing people they need your stuff, right? But it still helps. Whether you're a jewelry store, what's your brand story? Why'd you start a jewelry store? What to expect when they come and do business with you? Let me tell you about the power of social media and Facebook ads and even Google ads. All right. A good buddy of mine, he is a jeweler. He's been in a jewelry business for many, many years. I don't know that he knows anything else, and he's probably in his 60s. Okay. So he is one of the most well respected people in the area when it comes to his jewelry business. Look at his Google reviews, it'll tell you. But he just recently had an event. He recently had an event, and he told me about this event multiple times. And this event is where a lot of vendors come into his little store, and they don't do this through him. There's a company that organizes all this. My friends, you know what is one of the most powerful things that they're doing? Are ads, Facebook ads, not magazine ads. To me, any more magazine ads is a waste of money. TV ads is a waste of money. Costs way too much money, and the bang for your buck is very. If I don't even know what the bang for your buck is, I don't even know why people still spend that thousands of dollars doing that stuff. Unless you're a Target, right? Unless you're a Walmart, right? If you are there, you got the budget. Hey, we just want to stay top of mind as much as can. Throw some money out there and do it the right way, right? They have the budget. What if you're that mom and pop shop? Like, man, I know I need to be doing ads. Truth is, if you have a small business and you don't have a budget for an ad for marketing in general, we need to talk. If you have goals in your business and you're not doing and you don't have a budget to help you reach those goals, we need to talk, right? But here is the truth. These are the simplest 3 videos to start with. But you won't stop there, because as you'll learn in the next one, the conversion multiplier. All right. Because you're going to put up videos, you're like, man, that cost me $1.87 per. I need to get that down, right? You're going to go with one that's low. What, that one's 75 cents. Okay. Get rid of this one. Keep this one. Next. Right. And that's what conversion multiplier is. It's going to help with your bidding. Like, man, it's costing me this much. I don't want that one. Let me stop that one. Let me go with this one until you reach your bottom dollars. And guess what is happening then? You're generating a lot of leads and a lot of conversions on a $5 a day budget, basically. Now, granted, it could be $15 a day if you have all 3 videos running, which is what I do with our clients. Okay. I shared with you, what if someone's in your location and you got a chance to share with them? Well, you know what, one of the things that I'm doing with these co-cleaning franchises is I'm interviewing people. Okay. I'm interviewing local businesses. Guess what? I'm also tapping into their audience when I'm doing that. But not only that, this same strategy I'm talking to you about, my friends, I'm doing it with them. I'm breaking this long form content into short form content, into less than 60-second videos, and then I'm promoting it. Okay. And guess what? Now I'm just running it at $5 a day for about a week, nothing major, right? But I'm collecting data. I'm also I'm also promoting that business a little bit, right? What's wrong with what's the harm in that? Because at the end of the day, those who know that person now knows about us. All right? Which is also helping stay top of mind. So again, over the next few weeks when I'm sharing this, as you know, we take turns, and next week is Dori, then Kevin, and then boom, I'm going to share something else on Facebook ads, and then vice versa. If you notice, we'll dive into stuff and we'll help you understand it until you really have a good understanding, right? You see how much AI we cover on this channel? We would be doing a disservice to you, our friends, if we don't cover what everyone's talking about. I shared with you, my daughter is now doing YouTube. I was blown away she hadn't heard about Chat GPT. I thought everyone heard about Chat GPT. But guess what? That also tells me that people are going to be driven to this by to our channel because they're doing their research and they're going to come across that stuff. And so it's key that you hit that subscribe button, because at the end of the day, we want to make sure that we're helping you stay on top of what is going on with this stuff, right? And so, my friends, as we wrap this up, okay, I hope that you see some value in Facebook ads, because I know a lot of people, they're too quick to try to jump into bed instead of warming them up. That's the same thing with Facebook ads. Warm them up, create that know, like, and trust factor. Then go for the hook, right? Go for the kill, go for the sale, but warm them up first. And those 3 videos will truly help warm them up. So let me ask you guys, what are your thoughts on these 3 videos for brick and mortar businesses? Kevin, we'll start with you first, bud.
I have to remember to unmute myself so you could actually hear what my thoughts are. So I was furiously writing notes. Such great content, Manny. And it's such valuable information. But I was also thinking about it's not only for the brick and mortar physical locations as well for businesses. You can also lead them to like a website or a virtual storefront as well. So the concepts are all the same. It's getting that cold audience and getting them to your storefront, whether it be physical or virtual. So I am definitely taking a lot of this away with me. Um, like I really liked how you, in most of the videos, you're saying how you're strategizing about retargeting the audience, because a lot of the information that I'm sharing, it's like okay, I'm sending it out once, but not looking at the data about well who actually clicked it, who actually is looking at it, and then being able to target those ads back at those people that actually did click on it. So it's more like I definitely am doing it the wrong way. It's like I'm casting a net and hoping to catch something, as opposed to throwing a carrot in front of the ones that show just a little bit of interest that may nibble a little bit. So absolutely loved that.
That was a
And
great point, Kevin, if I can interject real quick. And
sure,
that's where it's like you were saying about virtual stores. And that's going to also be part of my training as I'm covering these Facebook ads when we hit e-commerce. And you're going to see the little differences, but the many similarities for how we're targeting. So I'm glad you brought that up because, not only real estate agents and coaching clients, but also e-commerce, what does that targeting look like? What do those ads look like? Now the three videos, that's basically the same. It's what the how you're going about that is can change a little bit. So great point there.
yeah. And yeah, with those videos too, you kept reinforcing because when people think of videos, it's, oh, I have to do a monologue, I have to keep talking, but keeping it to 30 or 60 seconds, 60 to 90 seconds, I'm immediately thinking of how can I cut it that to make it that short? Because there's just so much information that you want to share with your audience. And but I can think of a way of leave them wanting more sort of thing is just like you said, dangle that carrot in front of them just so that they will click onto the next one or jump right into the offer that you're going to give. Um, so yeah, leaving it. I like saying a cliffhanger just because it's more of a dramatic video type of reference, but definitely dangling that carrot of like, yeah, I want it, 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 and just chase and yeah, and then providing a great offer as well. So I am super excited about the rest of the series that you're going to be doing. And I think I'm going to have to get a whole new notebook for just this because so many things are just going through my mind, and I just don't want to have post-it notes all over the place. I want to have it streamlined and in one place so that I can actually think about how to implement this strategy. So great job, Manny. And I'm super curious to hear what Dori has to say. So over to you, Dori.
Well, before I get into my thoughts on the three videos, when you mentioned about how to bring your content down into that 60 to 90-second range, I'm always reminded of the Mark Twain quote. It says, "I didn't have time to write you a short letter, so I wrote you a long one instead." And so, it's easy during a live stream or when you're writing a letter or you're, creating video content to want to put everything in there. But we have to keep in mind that it takes a lot of work, I think, to find the golden nuggets and only focus on those to get the best 60 to 90 seconds instead of that 4 or 5 or 6 minute long video that isn't going to end up performing as well. So when you said that again, Kevin, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm reminded of that quote. And I
That's
use that
awesome.
often with my kids at school a lot. I use
Yeah.
that a lot with my kids at school. But as far as the videos go, so I must be on a quote kick tonight or something. But when you talked about the first video, talking about what makes you unique. What kind of different things can you bring to the audience, to your potential customers, that other people in the same genre or the same industry don't have. And if this quote doesn't fit me to a T, I don't know what does. I may not be everyone's cup of tea, but I am sure as heck someone's shot of whiskey. Like, I think about that in terms of it is
I love
really,
it.
really, really important, no matter who you are, no matter what type of offer you're bringing, you need to let everyone know what unique outlook you have on the products, on the industry, on the content that you're producing, and what can you bring that other people can't. So that was my takeaway from about your first video. The second one, this spoke to me so heavily because I had to quickly type what you said so I didn't forget. You said that your reason, your why could be something as simple as I created a system and I want to share that system with others. I think when people get asked that question, it's like, why? It's like this hugely existential thing, like, what is the meaning of life? Why did you start this business? It's like people get tongue-tied and they don't know how to answer because they think that their why has to be something like gigantically passionate or something traumatic that happened that made them go in this direction, or some life altering event pushed them here. And it could have just been as simple as, like you said, I woke up and I figured out a way how to save myself 2 minutes a time during my morning routine. And that's why I developed this system, So I think I think that's key for people to remember that your why can be something personal, it can be something big, but it can also be something small and mundane and normal, and that's okay. And then the third video, the what to expect. That my thought immediately went to when we create videos, it's why we do a hook. You have to tell your audience what it is that the video is about. You have to tell these people what is it that they're going to expect when they walk in the door. And I think that, you could walk by a shop on the outside and you could see, if you go on vacation, a lot of times you'll see these shops that are like painted in these super bright colors and they have these giant flashing signs outside. You don't expect to walk in there and see a place that's dimly lit, that has these like small tables that don't encourage interaction or communication. Like if you see a building like that on the outside, you expect the same kind of atmosphere on the inside. And I think that that's what that whole idea is, like show them and then, tell them, show them, all of it together. So I actually like there was a lot. There was a lot that was resonating and you did an amazing job with this. And I, as Kevin, am looking forward to what you have coming up next as well. But I know that we were posting some questions, so I wanted to kind of filter over. And then, Kevin, I'm going to post the first question for you. So if you want to kind of clarify for Manny what it is, but this was the first question that you posted.
Yeah, specifically when you're looking at targeting an audience, like you're saying, you're doing a bunch of cold calls to everyone. Are you specifically looking at potentially the country that you're targeting in terms of an audience? Because specifically for brick and mortar, you're definitely looking for local. But thinking globally in terms of e-commerce, it's like, yeah, I'd love to be able to target the entire world, but what about having do you want to have somebody just local to target, or do you want to do something within your own country, or Like if you are selling something online, I know this is down the road, but you also have to think about tax implications as well. Because if you're selling in other countries, you're going to have to pay their governments. So, is that something in the mindset of trying to get new customers and doing the cold call of targeting specific countries or areas?
Well, for cold targeting, if you're targeting, if you have a, okay, so I'll go back to what I said early on about when I did the network marketing Facebook ads and the posts. Okay, we were launching in a particular country, forget the country right off the top of my head, but that was a that was a country that I targeted because I knew that we were going to be in there, and with the product at that time was um was travel, something to do with travel, like travel discount type stuff. And so because I know we were launching in that country, that was one of the targets that I definitely did on, and I put together an attractive, like, oh my gosh, I created that fear of missing out post, let's just say. And so in that whole thing, yes, I definitely did target that country. Now, for the brick and mortar, obviously that would just be local. But if you are in e-commerce and you know that, man, this is selling well in this particular, now if you're shipping from the US, say to that country, I mean, yeah, you're gonna have to pay all that stuff and factor it in. But if you're doing drop shipping or wholesaling and you already have the product in that country and all they have to do is drop ship it, then yeah, absolutely, you're going to target that country because you can already do business in that country. It's not going to cost you, an arm and a leg to get it to them, and it's already there. Drop shipping, again, we're going to hit on this, but drop shipping is definitely a viable source that people use all the time. With my son now, he's ordering off of Alibaba Express and Alibaba, and it's like when you think about, those are like the OGs of this stuff when you think about e-commerce, and so absolutely, to answer your question, yes, if you have an audience that is over there, target where your audience is. When it comes to targeting the right people to talk to, well, where are they? I say, if you're going to target on Facebook and your audience is on Facebook, yeah, you should definitely be on Facebook targeting the people that are on there. But if you're targeting teenagers to check out your new yo-yo or whatever, you're probably not going to do that on Facebook, right? You're going to do that on Snapchat or Instagram, or yeah, really Snapchat for the most part if it's a younger generation. But when
Or
they start
TikTok?
hitting 23, 24, 25, yeah, exactly. Even TikTok, there's some power that's I'm always trying to pay attention to that crazy platform. I know we were all leery at one time, but here it is still making noise. Crazy. It's like,
Yeah.
"Arr."
And then, Kevin, this was your other question.
Yeah, after making these 60 to 90-second videos, I was kind of curious. It's like, yeah, you have them. Where do you actually store them? Because when you're doing these ads, is it just for the ads only, or do you post them on your website or pin them to your Facebook, or where do these actually live so that they can somehow get organically located as well?
Great question. So I'll use a prime example of the few videos that we're running right now on the Eats Cold Cleaning. Those are right there on the Facebook page. And then I'm boosting them up. So they're already there. But then even when we're targeting employees, right? I'm doing ads around employees. I'm posting on there. I'm also posting all these videos to YouTube. So it's also on YouTube. I'm doing YouTube ads. I'm doing Google ads. We're going to do training on that too. Again, did I tell these people to subscribe? Because there's some huge value coming. But, truth is, your audience is there. There's a reason why people use Google to target people, because Google is still a powerful platform, right? I did a live video yesterday of an HVAC guy, a Friday HVAC guy doing a walkthrough on on a unit, and so I was definitely talking him up as to his perfect 5.0 Google reviews. because there's value added there. Google is powerful, YouTube is powerful. I don't see it going anywhere, but work with your budget. Now, I will say from a personal preference, if I had to say, oh, you want to know which one to market on, Google ads or Facebook ads, I'm going to tell you Facebook ads almost every single time because I love how much you can pinpoint your target market.
Yeah.
Whereas Google, they're bigger, you're going to get a lot more deaf ears. It even costs a little less to target on Facebook. Now, granted, they're going to work with your budget, but $5 a day will go further on Facebook for the most part than $5 a day because you're going to get all these warning messages from Google that are telling you we had to stop running your ads during the busiest times because of your budget. It's like, hey, just work within my budget. But of course, that's where if you don't know how to set up these ads like that, well, and you just go off of Google's recommendation, we got to keep in mind Google wants to make money, and you're going to give them a budget, they're going to try to maximize that budget, but they're going to want you to keep doing it, so they're going to want to try to give you value for that budget as well. So great question. I think I answered it right.
Yep. No, sounds good.
So I had a question early on, but I think you kind of answered it, maybe not. So I posted the first question and I said, will these 3 videos be targeting both the outcomes that you mentioned, which was buying products and then like getting them on an email list? And then you talked a little bit more and I said, so does one video generate both offers? Does that get
Great
them in the
question.
door and get them on a list?
I love it. So the 3 videos is its own campaign. That's going to be a
Okay.
campaign you're running to focus on who's going to pay attention for 25% of the time. The other campaign, you really want to run 2 offers. One to get them in the door and another to work on getting them on your email list. So technically, you're looking at 2 different campaigns.
Okay. So
Now, with
are
that
you
also
gonna
being said, sorry, go ahead.
well, are you gonna focus on that second piece in one of your follow-up videos that doesn't have to do with these 3 videos? So you're gonna
Correct. That's going
focus
to be
on
part of
what kind
the,
of
yeah.
ads. Perfect. Okay. Which,
Because,
yeah.
and the reason why I say that, sorry, I know sometimes I got to work on just shutting up and listening. I know I got to work on that. But sometimes what happens is, so you're creating an audience from the videos. You're warming them up. Then with the offers, who clicked, who came in the door, who was paying attention. Now those now are starting to be warm. So I should have said this a little earlier, but think of that sales funnel. We've all heard of the sales funnel, right? It comes down in at the very top is the wide part, the big open suction part. That's where these offers start. That's where the videos start. These are all at the top of this funnel to see what's going to drip in. And then
That
that's
makes
when
sense.
in that process, that's your warm market. You're now warming them up because they're trickling down. Then you're going to do another retargeting ad for those who paid attention only. Now they're warm. Now they're warm. You're starting to really, they like you, they're getting to know you. Now you're sending that offer, however it is. But hey, let's get them, let's go for the hook. Let's just really hit them with more ads.
That makes perfect sense.
Awesome.
And I think the last question is going to be also addressed in a future video, but I'm going to just throw it out there because it popped into my head. So when you determine that a video is not doing great, like you said, oh, this one's costing me $1.87. Let's not do this one. Let's do this one instead. Do you go back and edit? Like what do you do with those videos that are not doing great, but you think it's important to get that piece of information out there?
Great question. Now, again, I'm just posting this on Facebook, so it's already there now. Whether I stop the ad, I'm really just stopping the ad. That's it.
Okay.
It's still on the Facebook. I don't have to do anything on that, but I'm going to have other videos. Now, the editing is, I'm sure any of you guys have, I use Opus clip videos.
Right.
I'm just using Opus clip videos. So a lot of these are off of like the one that we're doing with Michelle that's doing very well. That was a video that I interviewed her live sitting right there. And and Opus clip got me a nice piece clip one that was perfect. Boom, I ran with that one.
Beautiful.
And then of course I went over to our AI and I said, write me up this, blah 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 blah. And then this post is doing extremely well. I'll show it the next time for sure.
Awesome. Awesome.
Cool.
Well, that was all the questions that we had. So I think we're going to turn it over to you, Manny, to wrap us up.
Awesome. My friends, I hope you got some value out of that. And we're always talking about videos and we're always talking about the different things and even going live. We go live all the time on our channel. And so I want to take you back to April 2nd of 2023 to jump on one of our videos that might help you through this live streaming stuff, where I share with you 3 tips to overcome the fear of live streaming. I was sitting down with someone recently and they were sharing how the thought of live just puts anxiety in their belly. Okay. Yeah, I remember that feeling, right? Even when I know I'm training tonight, yeah, I get little butterflies here. You probably don't notice it, but I have those moments. And so if you're thinking, man, I really need to do these live videos as Coach Manny's talking about, well, follow those 3 tips. And I really, really love them. And they are literally a lot of what I do. Now, granted, with these, I didn't have to dive into much, but I still shared a lot of these 3 tips. And so someone will share that link below, but it's back in April 2nd of 2023. That is 3 tips to overcome the fear of live streaming.
So, if you enjoyed this content and are finding it useful, we would love for it if you would like and subscribe, as Manny said many times during his presentation, because he has a ton more of information in this whole Facebook ad series that he's going to be sharing with us. So, looking forward to that. So, make sure you like and subscribe, and also hit that notification bell so that you know when we do go live. Visit our website for information on all the ways you can connect with us at linktr.ee/content creators connect. We are on YouTube, Facebook, and X. And also, we would love to hear from you on what different type of content that you would like us to dive deep into. So, looking forward to seeing those comments in the future.
And thank you for joining Content Creators Connect, aka C3, tonight as Manny discussed maximizing reach for brick and mortar businesses through the use of Facebook ads. We will return next Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, where I will be diving back into Canva to highlight more of the new features. As promised, we will be multicasting live to YouTube, Facebook, and X, so be sure to join us. Until then, we urge you to identify and lean into your 3 C's. Start today creating unique content that builds connections and breaks down those barriers. See you next week.
Bye-bye. Thanks for joining.
Bye.